The U.S. has designated the leader of Venezuela as a terrorist. It's building up its military presence in the Caribbean. Meanwhile, the U.S. is still targeting and destroying what it claims are drug boats from that country. Kyle Matthews is with the Montreal Institute for Global Security. Hi, Kyle.
Hi.
So the U.S. it's got an aircraft carrier, a dozen warships, nuclear-powered fast-track submarine, F-35 fighter jets in the Caribbean. Donald Trump says it's about illegal drugs. I think most people don't believe that. Some are worried about some kind of military action. Others call it a threat to remove Nicolas Maduro from power. What do you think is going on?
Well, it's hard to understand because Trump says he's the president of peace and he wants to achieve peace everywhere around the world, but yet he's deploying the military and conducting assassinations against boats off the coast of Venezuela. So is it to dislodge the regime there? Or does it see it as a threat, how it's an ally of Iran and of China and Russia? That could be it. Or maybe there's evidence that there are drug smugglings going on, but that's not how you deal with a drug problem. So it's very chaotic. Nobody really knows what's happening, and there's fears that we're going to witness a war in Latin America.
Nicolas Maduro is being accused of human rights violations. The economy in Venezuela is in a shambles. But Kyle, there are other countries accused of human rights violations with bad economies. Why is Trump so fixated on Venezuela, do you think?
Well, this is the question. Trump has said nothing about Russia's invasion of Ukraine. He's kind of let it go. There's a lot of autocrats out there that he seems to be give a pass to. So what is it about Venezuela that Trump's obsessed with? Is it a longstanding need to secure the Western Hemisphere, as Trump has said through his foreign policy? That could be it. But something doesn't add up here, and people are very perplexed.
Now, as you alluded to earlier, I mean, Trump is, his administration is attacking vessels and killing crew in the Caribbean. Because of this, the UK and several other countries have decided to stop sharing intelligence information with the United States. How significant is that?
I think it's quite significant. According to international law, you can't just assassinate people. Even if they're drug smugglers, they're not part of a military. They're considered civilians. So to carry out attacks like this is a breach of international law, and I think the UK is concerned about this escalation and wondered where it could go, and that the government itself could find itself. So we're beginning to see more countries concerned about sharing intelligence or cooperating with the U.S. government under Donald Trump.
Where do you see this going, Kyle? I mean, is it going to come to a point ahead at some point, and what would that mean?
Well, I think it will come to a head. I mean, you don't deploy all this military force without a reason. And Trump just a few hours ago said he might be willing to put boots on the ground. But I'm concerned what that will mean. If it's to stop drug smuggling, it's hard to do that with the military. We have mixed reactions of the U.S. trying to fight drug gangs in Colombia over the last 3 decades. So this is a situation that could spiral out of control and lead to massive displacement of people and more conflict and anger in Latin America.
So taking into account, all the other things that are going on in the Middle East, in Russia, North Korea, China, overall, how dangerous do you think the situation is with Venezuela to the world order?
Well, it could be dangerous, and the main danger is how does Venezuela's allies react? Will Russia or China take any action? They didn't over the attack of Iran, so I think Venezuela is probably going to be isolated. Doesn't have many friends, but these conflicts can destabilize economies, destabilize populations, and the U.S. might see a larger number of migrants trying to enter its territory.
Okay, thank you very much for this, Kyle.
Thanks for having me on.